rained fire and blood. At the battle above the god's eye, Daemon and his nephew Aemond plunge into the cursed waters, locked in mortal combat. Their dragons, Caraxes and Vhagar, dying together in a spiral of flame and fury. The lake swallows them whole, and the realm believes both princes dead. But prophecies have a way of fulfilling themselves in the most unexpected ways. Deep beneath the god's eye, where ancient magic still pulses through the earth, something stirs. The waters that claimed Daemon begin to glow with an otherworldly light, and the runes he once studied at Harrenhal burn bright in the darkness. The fire that was meant to destroy him instead transforms him, binding his soul to the very essence of dragonfire itself. The transformation is not immediate, but gradual, taking place over months in the depths of the cursed lake. Daemon's body dissolves, but his consciousness remains, merging with the ancient magic that flows through the waters. He becomes something beyond mortal understanding, a being of pure will and flame, tethered to the world by his unbreakable bond to his bloodline. The prophecy reshapes him, making him both guardian and prisoner of his own destiny. Decades later, when House Targaryen teeters on the brink of extinction and their dragons are nothing but bones and legend, strange reports begin to surface. Fishermen speak of a figure walking on the waters of the gods, eye wreathed in flames that do not burn. Survivors of the dance whisper of a ghostly prince riding a spectral dragon through storm clouds, his eyes burning like molten gold. The small folk begin to murmur the old words. He will return when fire falls. The first confirmed sighting occurs during the reign of Aegon the Dragonbane, when the last of the Targaryen dragons dies. On that night, witnesses report seeing a figure of flame standing atop the Red Keep, arms raised to the sky as if calling the dragons back from death. The figure vanishes with the dawn, but the legend spreads throughout the Seven Kingdoms like wildfire. The prophecy reaches its climax when Robert's rebellion threatens to end the Targaryen line forever. As King's Landing burns and the Mad King's wildfire caches explode in green flame, the skies themselves seem to catch fire. In this moment of ultimate destruction, when the very fire that built the Targaryen dynasty turns against them, Daemon Targaryen emerges from the flames like a phoenix. Reborn, he appears first to Daenerys in her dreams, a figure wreathed in shadow and flame, teaching her the true meaning of fire and blood. Through her, he guides the last of his bloodline back to power, whispering ancient secrets of dragon lore and the true nature of their Valyrian heritage. The dragons that hatch from stone eggs carry within them a spark of his eternal flame, and through them, demons will shape the destiny of Westeros once more. In the slave cities of Slaver's Bay, Daemon's influence becomes more pronounced. When Daenerys stands before the walls of Myrmidon, she hears his voice guiding her strategy, teaching her the art of conquest that he perfected centuries before. The dragons respond to his presence, growing stronger and more fierce under his spectral tutelage. He shows her visions of old Valyria in its glory, revealing the true extent of Dragonlord power and the responsibilities that come with it. But the prophecy demands a price. Daemon's return is not one of flesh and blood, but of fire and shadow, bound to the realm until the Targaryen line is secure or utterly destroyed. He exists in the spaces between life and death, appearing when his bloodline faces extinction, disappearing when the immediate threat passes. He is both savior and harbinger, protector and destroyer, the eternal guardian of a dynasty built on fire and blood. The burden of immortality weighs heavily on Daemon's transformed consciousness. He watches generations of his descendants rise and fall, unable to truly interact with them, only able to guide and protect from the shadows. He sees the gradual decline of his house, the loss of their dragons, the dilution of their blood, and feels each loss as a personal failure. Yet he endures, bound by the prophecy's magic and his own unbreakable will. The final revelation comes when Daenerys stands before the Iron Throne, her dragons circling overhead. In the flames that dance around her, she sees the truth of the prophecy. Daemon's return was never about conquest or revenge, but about ensuring that the fire of old Valyria would never truly die. Through her dragons, through her bloodline, through the very flames that consume her enemies, Daemon Targaryen has indeed returned, not as a man, but as the eternal spirit of dragonfire itself. As the prophecy foretold, he returned when fire fell from the heavens, when the realm burned, when dragons turned to ash and were reborn. And in that return, the true power of House Targaryen was revealed, not in their ability to conquer, but in their capacity to endure, to rise from the ashes of their own destruction, and to ensure that fire and blood would reign eternal. When falls to madness and burns King's Landing, Daemon realizes his greatest failure. The last of his bloodline has become what he fought against, consumed by the very fire he sought to preserve. In her final moments, as Jon Snow's blade finds her heart, Daemon makes the ultimate sacrifice. He absorbs her madness into himself, taking on the burden of her sins, allowing her to die with some measure of peace and redemption. The moment of Daenerys' death triggers a transformation in the prophecy itself. Daemon realizes that his role was never to preserve the Targaryen dynasty as it was, but to ensure its evolution into something greater. As her blood spills onto the Iron Throne, the ancient magic responds, and Daemon feels the bonds of the prophecy beginning to shift and change. But death is not the end for Daemon Targaryen. As dragon carries Daenerys away, Daemon's spirit follows, transforming both dragon and rider into something beyond mortal understanding. They become guardians of the realm, protectors who watch from the shadows, ensuring that the mistakes of the past are not repeated. The prophecy evolves, no longer bound to a single bloodline but expanded to encompass all, who carry the potential for both creation and destruction. In the years that follow, strange tales emerge from across the known world. In Essos, children are born with violet eyes and silver hair, though their parents show no Valyrian heritage. In the far reaches of South Thoreos, explorers report seeing dragons in the sky, creatures of mist and flame that vanish when approached. The blood of old Valyria spreads like seeds on the wind, carried by Daemon's transformed essence, to take root in new soil. The prophecy ends where it began, with whispered words in the darkness. Fire cannot kill a dragon, and death cannot claim what was never truly alive. When the last ember dies, when the final dragon falls, he will return again, for he is the fire that burns eternal, the blood that flows through time, the shadow that guards the flame dot in the ruins of Valyria, where it all began. The ancient altar still glows with runic fire. New words appear, carved by an invisible hand. The cycle completes, but never ends. When fire falls from the heavens, and dragons turn to ash, he will return. Always return. For as long as there is fire in the world, as long as dragon blood flows in mortal veins, Daemon Targaryen will be there. Guardian, protector, eternal. The blood of the dragon cannot be destroyed, only transformed. And in that transformation lies the true immortality of House Targaryen. Watched over by the lost prince, who chose eternity over peace, duty over rest, and love over death itself. The prophecy has become a living thing, growing and changing with each generation, ensuring that the fire of old Valyria will never truly be extinguished, no matter how dark the world becomes.